I like working as an artist and not having people sort of sway me as far as what I should be doing or what I shouldn't be doing. For example, if you work for a corporation as a graphic artist or a graphic designer, you have these rules or sort of guidelines as to what you should be creating and how it's supposed to look. And for me, I really like the freedom of kind of working with my own ideas and doing what I want to do artistically with subject matter that is meaningful to me. As far as what the art means to me and kind of what I want to express in my art is a lot of what I'm interested in is this idea of the unknown, just kind of like how life is, that it's just full of mystery, or you just don't know what's going to happen, like if you're going to get a certain job or just even what other people may know more about that you don't. In first grade, I remember we had kind of art class once or twice a week, and I was sick during a day that our art class was going to take place, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew that this was the day that we had art, but I was not feeling well. My mom was like, "You have to stay home from school because you're sick," and I was all disappointed and like, "But I want to go because we have art class and everything." In remembering that in retrospect, I kind of think that, yeah, it was important to me even back in first grade. For me, my work has kind of taken a turn to be something more personal to me and my life experience and what I don't understand. Before, it was kind of impersonal. Like, I would find these objects, like I'm very interested in containers, that they're objects that you don't really they're kind of, in a way, little objects of mystery. You don't necessarily know what's in there until you open it. My future artwork as my kind of coming from a personal place, and what that ended up being was it became about my mother, who suffered from cancer for a number of years, for 5 years. I started gathering these objects that belonged to my mother, which were jewelry boxes. And with my previous work, they were kind of, these containers, boxes that I didn't know who they belonged to. I just found them at like a secondhand shop. But I think it became more powerful to me and to the work in general. It became more powerful when I related it to my mother and also had an extension of how this container was affected by some external elements. They were these precious little objects like that would hold jewelry and stuff, and something that you might gift to another person, something that was like precious and valuable. And in relation to my mother, yes, she's precious and valuable to me and to many people that loved her. Why I use boxes, light boxes, or just the structure of the box in general is because they in themselves kind of represent a container. So not only do I have these photographs that You pick containers, whether jewelry box or whatever I choose to photograph. When I put them in these box sculptures, the sculptures kind of function as containers in themselves. So the little containers representing something, you know, they're jewelry boxes, something that has sort of this precious connotation from them. As a metaphor, that could be represented as a person, as for me it could be, it's my mom. Something, it belonged to her. It's a jewelry box, like I said, something precious. And to me, yes, she's very precious to me and very important and a little treasure to me. So the liquids that surround the small objects within my light boxes, again, come from a personal place relating to my mom and her cancer. Within the light box work, these photographs, they all have these liquids that surround the box that appear to be overflowing from the box or surrounding it, and sometimes changing the physical nature of the box. Certain parts of it may be deteriorating because of the liquid. The liquid is corn syrup or other household liquids like dish soap and shampoo and laundry detergent with the addition of food coloring. And so I'll mix it around and kind of make it into something that is, in a way, it became something that was also beautiful, but also something that was menacing. When I first started using liquids, I started out with Hershey syrup because I wanted to use something that was dark and had sort of this negative connotation. But then it later evolved to, like I said, with some more lighter liquids with the addition of food coloring, and the way I manipulated the liquids, you know, turned into something that was quite beautiful. Well, the secret message within my art is always concealed. I never will write an artist statement. I never mention my mother. So to me, that is the secret within my work. And part of it is because I don't want to limit the work to be about myself and my own experience. When I think about it, like, maybe some people think that, oh, I have something to say to the world, you know, with my artwork, and I don't really see it that way for some reason. I don't know, like, I'm not a very political thinker or, you know, desire to change aspects of society with my artwork. I just kind of feel that, you know, I have something to say that other people can relate to and respond to. We're emotional people. We have experiences that, you know, are personal. And I think the stories that come from a personal perspective are most powerful. And I think learning these things through the arts just offers a perspective that people can relate to more on a personal basis. I think when people will say that, oh, you're an artist, that's kind of mixed feelings, I guess, depending on who asks and how they ask. And, you know, there's a lot of follow-up questions as which, you know, comes out to, well, what are you going to do with that? And for me, that's a negative question, because what are you going to do with that? Well, I'm going to continue to make art and hopefully show it in different places. And, you know, I don't really think about, or I don't really want to think about, well, how can you make it as an artist? Like, what are you going to do with that? That's going to, like, how are you going to make a living? And I mean, honestly, and a lot of people know, it's really difficult to make a living as an artist. Like, hardly anybody makes their full income creating art. It's almost impossible. And in some ways it's, you know, a compliment when people are like, oh, they're very interested that you are an artist, and you know, what kind of art do you do? They come up with specific questions of, you know, meaning behind that, and I think most of the time when people will say so in the right state of mind, as in they're not like, you know, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life, or what the hell are you going to do with that? I think it's nice. People really appreciate that and just think that, you know, it's a special thing to have a talent and to be able to create art. I am motivated to do what I do because that's where my talents lie. I guess you could say I could do all these different things, but I know that I'm really good at being an artist and creating artwork. I know I do well at that. And for me, like, knowing that's where my talent is, I want to honor that. And I'm able to create things that are different, that people could be drawn to. And yeah, it's hard. It's like really difficult to keep doing what you're doing and spending like all this money to create your work. And it's frustrating and it's hard, and at times it's not always rewarding in terms of, you know, or the response to people, or if you get into shows or not. But like I said, I think, you know, I've been gifted with a talent, and, you know, I don't want to waste it away. I want to continue to say something with my work that is meaningful to me. And then also, I mean, the audience is very important to me, that the audience can also relate to and enjoy. And so I not only do I feel that I have been gifted with it, I want to share that gift with other people. It's not about me. Like, I don't care to be famous. I care for my work to be successful and to be seen, and to be seen by people to enjoy and to hopefully be affected by it. I'm Christine, and I'm an artist.